Hello, everybody, and welcome to a unique airport update today, to say the least. This is a fictional airport update. I had this idea in class about a week ago, and I figured I might as well just go ahead and do it. This is a fictional international terminal, not located anywhere in particular. I just wanted to build a little setup to show some models that I normally don't get to use in airport updates. And it seems like whenever I try to make a fictional airport, I don't like it within 2 updates and then stop making it. Or at least make it, but don't like to make it. So that is why there's not been any consistency with fictional airports on this channel, and my apologies for that, for keeping on bringing on new fictional airports just to put them away. But this is just a temporary little setup here I want to do an airport update with, just for the hell of it. So we have a whole bunch of international carriers right here, and the aircraft that you don't normally see in my airport updates, because my airports don't really get a whole lot of international traffic, at least from this variety of airlines. So that's what we just have set up here today. So it'll be just a little quick update here that you'll get to see some different aircraft in this update. So we'll begin right here, where we have this Japan Airlines A350-900 in the One World livery. This one arrived in from Tokyo Haneda, and will be heading back out there. Right here we have this Air Tahiti Nui 787-9. This one arrived in from Papeete in Tahiti. I believe that's how it's pronounced. That might be wrong, but it is an airport in Tahiti where Air Tahiti Nui is based, and so that is where this aircraft will be heading off to. Next down we have this Philippine Airlines A350-900 and then the Love Bus livery. This one is currently pushing back for the service out to Manila. My headphone wire is getting in the way here. Anyways, our next aircraft is this Air New Zealand 777-300. This is in the All Blacks livery. This is a new model from JC Wings that I recently picked up. This one arrived in from Auckland, New Zealand. We'll be heading back out there. Here we have an Onapon Airways 777-300 in the Star Alliance livery. And this one arrived in from Tokyo Haneda as well. We'll be heading back out there. Now getting into our A380s here at the end of the concourse, beginning with the Singapore Airlines A380-800. This one on the turn from Singapore at Changi. And next down here we have this Emirates A380 in the newer livery. And this one is on the turnaround from Dubai today. So very cool to get both these A380s here at the very end of the terminal. Next up here we have this Turkish Airlines A330-200. This one is on the turn from Istanbul. Right here we have this Etihad 787-9 in the Formula 1 livery. And this one is of course on the turn from Abu Dhabi today. Here we have this Qantas 787-9 Dreamliner. This one does have the flaps down right now, and I suppose those flaps have been down a little bit longer than they should be, as this one aircraft is really taxing in. Maybe it had a flap issue or something. This one's arriving in from Sydney. I'll be heading back out there later today. Right here we have this Lufthansa Cargo 777-200. This aircraft is obviously doesn't fit in with the rest of them because this is a cargo model right here. But yeah, this one is currently taxiing or something. I'm not really sure. I just decided to throw this one in here kind of last minute. Here's an aircraft I don't get to use a whole lot. So this Lufthansa Cargo 777 arrived in from Frankfurt, I guess, and we'll send it off to, I guess, where do they fly those to? We'll say Cincinnati, because that's a big cargo airport. I don't know if that's not realistic because those are based out of Frankfurt, but that'll work. Maybe it's just making a stop there before continuing on to Frankfurt. Anyways, our next model here is this Ethiopian 787-9. This one is arriving in from Addis Ababa, and they'll be heading back out there today. I suppose we'll say for realism's sake, because they do this on, at least on the Chicago flight. I believe also the Newark flight, that is the only airport that I include this model in. They have to do a stop somewhere. For Newark, it's Lomé. For Chicago, it's Rome. So we'll say this one is arrived in via Rome, but we'll be heading out on a non-stop service. Here we have a Copa Airlines 37-800, not a 787. This one is currently taxiing in after arriving in from Panama City, Panama. Here we have this British Airways 777-300. This one is in the old Hong Kong tail right there. They don't have these in these liveries anymore, obviously, but this aircraft arrived in from London Heathrow. We'll be heading back out there. That's my only British Airways model, and it would be nice to get an updated livery here, but that's all that we have for now. I'm going to have to maneuver around here. This airport is on the ground, so it does make it a little bit more tricky. Our next aircraft here is the beautiful NG models Lufthansa 747-8I in the retro livery. This aircraft is currently getting pushed back for the service out to Frankfurt, also arrived in from there. Here we have the 787-9. This one arrived in from Munich, and once again, this one is on the turn. Right next to them, we have their Star Alliance buddy, the Austrian 777-200, which is on the turn today from Vienna. Here we have the Korean Air 777-300 currently taxiing out for the service out to Seoul and Incheon. So again, my headphone wire is getting caught on the models here. Next up here, we have this Virgin Atlantic 787-9 Dreamliner. This one arrived in from London Heathrow as well. We'll be heading back out there today on the turnaround. This Vietnam Airlines 787-10 Dreamliner. I believe it's not my only 7810. I have a United 7810. But this Vietnam Airlines 787-10 Dreamliner arrived in from Ho Chi Minh City. We'll be heading back out there. Right here we have this Air France 777, not 777. That's my other Air France. This is the A350, A350 900. This one arrived in from Paris Charles de Gaulle. We'll be heading back out there. Behind that one we have the KLM 787-9. This one arrived in from Amsterdam Schiphol. Once again, a turnaround for this aircraft. That's kind of the theme for this airport. They won't all be turns, but almost all of them will be. Our next aircraft here is this Icelandair 757-200 in the Hekla Aurora livery. And this one arrived in, is currently taxiing in from Reykjavik, Keflavik, and we'll be heading back out there today on the turnaround later. Right here we have this, I missed the Aer Lingus. We have the Aer Lingus A330-300 right here. This one is in from Dublin, and we'll be heading back out there. Right here we have this Condor A330 900 Neo, and this one arrived in from Frankfurt, and we'll be heading back out there. Next up here we have this SAS A330-300 in the Star Alliance livery. And this is kind of ironic because SAS is now going over to SkyTeam, but this model here is in the Star Alliance livery, and it's my only SAS model. This one arrived in from Stockholm, Sweden. We're heading out to Copenhagen. Here we have the TAP Portugal A330-200. This one on the turn from Lisbon. Finally, we have this Porter E295. Absolutely gorgeous model by Gemini. And this one arrived in from Ottawa. We're heading out to, we'll just say that's on the turn back out to Ottawa. And so yeah, that'll conclude this airport update. We'll get it back around into the good lighting here, so you can get a nice concluding shot down the concourse, because you can get a nice tail shot of all these aircraft right here. Check this out right here. Don't normally get to see this lineup at my airports, so it's kind of special to get this one in here. All the tails right here, so very nice. It's fun to do an airport update like this every now and then. Probably won't see another one like this for a while, but I wanted to just do something a little bit different for this update and include some models that I normally don't get to. So hope you enjoyed this little fictional update. That'll do it for today. So I'll see you tomorrow. As always, good night. Auf Wiedersehen.